Hello guys, and welcome back to the channel, and welcome to this week's news recap of the week, where we curate 5 news stories from the week for your weekend listening. So we get straight into it, and we go straight into it with the Akpabio story, a story of course that has dominated the whole week's news cycle. So in this particular video that I'm about to present you, a civil group, is asking Malam Buhari to arrest Akpabio, and it is all explained in this video, so enjoy. Hello guys, and welcome back to the channel. So now guys, we're back with the Godswill Akpabio storyline again. I am sure that Abubakar Malami will be giving tithes and offerings wherever he worships for this story, because this has now taken him off the headlines. Of course, it's a drama a minute within the Nigerian space, but a story that is not going away. Guys, I bring you this HURIWA. So that's an acronym for an organization. So HURIWA asks Buhari to arrest Akpabio. National Assembly members gives reason. So this is the headline now. We all saw the explosive interactions between Akpabio and the Senate and the functionaries of NDDC and also the Senate, or was it the House of Assembly? I do correct myself on that. It was the House of Assembly that the probe is taking place in. But we saw the interaction, and off the back of that now there's an outrage within the society, and people are calling for arrest. Again, HURIWA asks Buhari to arrest Akpabio. National Assembly members give reasons. So now let's now find out, as if we don't know, what reasons they are calling for this arrest. The Human Rights Writers Association of Nigeria, HURIWA, on Tuesday called on President Muhammadu Buhari to order the arrest of Godswill Akpabio, Minister of Niger Delta Affairs. HURIWA, a civil rights group, also urged Buhari to order the arrest of some National Assembly members and the Interim Management Committee (IMC) of the Niger Delta Development Commission (NDDC). The group made the appeal whilst calling for a judicial commission of inquiry on the NDDC, Akpabio, and the National Assembly members getting contracts from NDDC. It explained that such a move would help ensure all the monies are retrieved to the last penny. The call was made in a statement signed by HURIWA's National Coordinator, Emmanuel Onwubiko, and National Media Affairs Director, Ms. Zainab Yusuf. Recall that Akpabio had yesterday accused members of the National Assembly of handling some of the contracts from NDDC. However, HURIWA said the allegations and counter-allegations is an indication that the NDDC should be probed. The statement reads in part, "The drama at the National Assembly, which has entangled the Minister of Niger Development Affairs, Senator Godswill Akpabio, on all sides, has many foundations, which include the alleged quest for power, big money, sex, and deceit. That a shocked nation like Nigeria is gripped by the overwhelming revelations coming out of the National Assembly probe on NDDC has become a matter of interest to us as a foremost civil rights group with no political affiliation, but are passionate about achieving just and equitable development in our country. The statements and counter-statements from the National Assembly probe on NDDC are beyond scandalous and shame. With these scandalous revelations, it's become extremely worrisome the way and manner the NDDC expends money without recourse to prioritization of projects that will impact on the people of the region. Again, the National Assembly is a major problem affecting the delivering of development in the Niger Delta region. Aside the current leadership and chairmen of NASS committees on NDDC, the previous ones are equally culpable in terms of negative influence on the commission. We are therefore calling for the constitution of a judicial commission of inquiry to probe alleged financial malfeasance malfeasance at the Niger Delta Development Commission, NDDC. President Buhari must have now realized that the contrived interim management committee was sold to him with dubious and unpatriotic purpose, going by the absurd revelations coming from the committee members at the NASS probe. Going forward, the Interim Management Committee (IMC) should be dissolved because it has completely lost the confidence of Nigerian people and people of the region. The appointment of lead consultants for forensic audit should be reviewed immediately and an audit firm with pedigree engaged. So people have had enough of all of this nonsense that is going on within the Nigerian space. But sadly and unfortunately, I am going to break you the news that there will be no real outcome at the end of all of this. No monies will be retrieved, nobody will go to prison, and it will be business as usual because they will cover it up. And the reason why I said this is because of Akpabio's testimony, which was quite telling on what is going on within the Nigerian space. So here you have a man being invited by the lawmaking house of the Nigerian state to come and answer questions about financial malfeasance, and this guy now sat and frontally confronted the people probing him that I can point to virtually every single individual one of you that you are compromised, you are compromised, you are compromised, and you are compromised, to the point that the original chairperson of that probe panel had to recuse himself for reasons of being compromised, because if he was not compromised, then he would not have recused himself, because an allegation is not sufficient enough of a reason for somebody to step down from a position. It is only when there's sufficient enough within that allegation to make it worthy of that person having to step down. That is only when he would be forced to step down. So the whole system is compromised, of course. It's like asking thieves to sit in judgment of thieves. So if they cannot send the thief that they are sitting in judgment on to jail, because the thief that they are sitting in judgment on can equally point to them and say, okay, I will go to that jail, but you hold my hand and hold his hand so we can match in one single file to that jail cell, because we're equally culpable of these things that you are now sitting in judgment over me on. So this is really the situation in Nigeria. As I've often said, and almost certainly always will say, Nigeria is nothing more than one giant criminal enterprise, and we are seeing it all playing out now. Conversations in the comment section, come share thoughts. They are now asking for arrest, but it's never going to happen. Or am I being too cynical? Come tell me what your thoughts are in the comment section. But before you do that, click on the red subscribe button so it turns gray. Bell button notifies you every time I drop a new video. Click on like as well, because that helps with the YouTube algorithm. Once you've done all three, come into the comment section, come tell me what you're making of what this civil rights group is asking for in the comment section. So I'll leave you here, carry this conversation with you in the comment section, but here I say peace. Hope you enjoyed that. Next we go to the Buhari cabal, and we go to a chap called Issa Fantua, one of the leading members of the cabal. He's recently passed on, and that is all detailed in this video, so enjoy. Hello guys, and welcome back to the channel. So now guys, we often talk about the cabal in the Nigerian space. We talk about the cabal, and when we talk about the cabal, we cast this mystique of shadowy figures that are unknown. But really, the members of the Buhari cabal, they are known. We do know their names, and some of their names are people like Babagana Kingibe, who ran with Abiola back in those days, and other names, Abakari, who you know, of course, Maman Daura, a name that you are familiar with, Hamid Ali, the Customs Controller General, is another name that is linked to the cabal, but at the head of that cabal was the erstwhile Abakari, who is no longer with us, and a chap called Issa Fantua. Guys, I bring you this. President Buhari's cabal member Issa Fantua passes on. So now, this is now something that is catching people by surprise, of course, and you understand the reasons why I'm saying that in light of recent events, Abakari and all that, and the goings on, especially in the northern sphere of the Nigerian space. Again, the headline, President Buhari's cabal member Issa Fantua passes on. So now let's now find out exactly what is being said here. One of President Muhammadu Buhari's closest ally, Alhaji Ismaila Issa Fantua, has passed on. He passed on Monday from a yet-to-be-disclosed. Fantua is touted as a member of the cabal, a group of influential persons around Nigeria's president said to help him take key decisions. So, of course, Fantua, a lot of you would have seen images of this guy. Some of you may or may not know him, but one of the more famous images of the guy was a viral picture of this Issa Fantua, this chap, sitting down with his legs crossed, one leg crossed across the other, and the governor of the Central Bank of Nigeria, Godwin Emefiele, almost kneeling down at his feet. I will use that picture as part of the cover image of this video so you can see exactly what I mean. It's a viral picture, so you must have seen it in some form at some point, but that is the more viral images of that guy. Another viral occurrence of this guy was an interview that he did with Arise Television. What is the name of the host again? Ruben Abati. Yes, the interview that he did with Arise Television, that interview was led by Ruben Abati, and they were discussing the Nigerian space, and they were discussing the possibility of Igbo president, that it is the turn of the Igbo. It is the turn of the Igbo. There were actually two hosts on that show, Ruben Abati and that Abiola girl, the daughter of Abiola, who is also one of the hosts or hostesses of that program. So that question was actually put to him by Abiola's daughter. So that was why I made sure to make mention of that. So that question was put to him that it is the turn of the Igbos. And this guy was saying that, look, the Igbos are not participating in the Nigerian politics. They are saying they want to go on their own. They are saying they want to do this and the other. And they are coming with a sense of entitlement. And he came up with this phrase, and this was a phrase that was used by Issa Fantua. He came up with this phrase that it is not turn by turn Nigeria Limited. So that is one of the things that I used to remember him, along with that viral image of the governor of the central bank kneeling at his feet. So the guy passes on, and that is another one within a quick succession now. So the circles are now narrowing around Buhari effectively. So who is now his go-to person? So it's Maman Daura now in the cabal, King Gigbe, of course, and it's not Issa Fantua anymore, but Hamid Ali. So those are the now known names now that we still recognized as part of the cabal. There might well be other members of the cabal that we're not aware of, but the voices of influence around the Buhari government are led primarily by Abakari, who is not with us anymore, and now Issa Fantua, who is now not with us anymore as well. Curious times, and there's something in the firmament is my sense of it, but what is your sense of it is what I am more interested in. So come share that with me in the comment section. But before you do that, click on the red subscribe button so it turns gray. The bell button notifies you every time I drop a new video. Click on like as well, because that helps the YouTube algorithm. That way YouTube promotes the video more. Once you've done all three, come join me in the comment section. Come tell me what you are making of this going on within the Nigerian space. So I'll leave you here. Carry this conversation on with you in the comment section. But here I say peace. Hope you enjoyed that. Next, we're going to Fani Kayode, a virulous critic of the Northerners and the Fulanis. So surprisingly now, Fani Kayode finds himself in Zamfara state, being bestowed with one of the leading titles of that state. And this is all explained in this video. So enjoy. Hello guys, and welcome back to the channel. So now guys, I used to join along and cheer as Fani Kayode used to go after the Malamis, calling out all their wrongdoings and using all these big grammars that he likes to use to go after them. But my faith in the Fani Kayodes of this world and the Nigerian system was shaken when I discovered that Abba Kyari, one of the lead members of the Fulani Malamis, was actually an understudy of Fani Kayode's father in the legal profession. So Abba Kyari used to work effectively for Fani Kayode's father in his chambers back in the day, and it was actually Fani Kayode's father that trained Abba Kyari in the legal profession. So when I discovered this, that Abba Kyari, who Fani Kayode used to go after hell for leather, he was actually a family friend of the Fani Kayode family, I lost faith a little bit in the guy, and I became even more cynical about the Nigerian system. With that set in the background, guys, I bring you this. Turbaning of Fani Kayode, 2 traditional leaders pull out of Shinkafi Emirate Council. So you now see it's all coming out now. Them will always be them, and them is Fani Kayode's, the Malamis, the whatevers all over the east and all over the west, the Peter Obis, all of them, they are them, and the rest of us are the rest of us, but the dems will always be the dems. So again, the headline: Turbaning of Fani Kayode, 2 traditional leaders pull out of Shinkafi Emirate. So now let's now find out exactly the narrative behind this. Following the conferment of the title of Saudakin Shinkafi on the former aviation minister Femi Fani Kayode by the Emir of Shinkafi, Alhaji Mohammed Makwashe, in Zamfara state, 2 title holders in the emirate have resigned. It was learnt that 4 others have indicated their interest to also resign in the next 24 hours. Addressing a press conference in Kaduna on Wednesday, the chairman of the Shinkafi Concerned Citizens, Dr. Suleiman Shinkafi, noted that he has, from that moment, resigned as the Sakin Shanan Shinkafi following the conferment of the title of Saudakin to Fani Kayode by his emir. According to him, another titled Sakin Marayun Shinkafi, Dr. Tijani Salisu Shinkafi of Usman Danfodio University, had equally resigned on Tuesday, saying 4 other title holders have indicated their interest to resign in the next 24 hours. Shinkafi noted that the emir took the decision unilaterally without consulting the title holders and elders of the emirate. To this end, he urged the emir to resign within the next 24 hours if he fails to withdraw the appointment he gave to Fani Kayode. He said they will never support anybody who insulted their forefathers and insulted them by calling the entire Northerners Almajiris. Full text of the letter. So here is a full text of the letter of this person. The recent title of Saudakin Shinkafi, bestowed on Fani Kayode by the Emir of Shinkafi, Alhaji Mohammed Makweshe Issa, is a tragedy because it is unacceptable to us, is even unacceptable to all the northern leaders. We want to categorically tell you that we are here to reject the appointment of Fani Kayode as Saudakin Shinkafi because Fani Kayode is not a man that deserves the title. We all know Fani Kayode is someone who always abused our leaders, disgraced the northern states. He abused our forefathers, people like Shehu Usman Danfodio, the Sultan of Sokoto, Mohammed Saud etc. He even called the whole northerners Almajiris. He called Shehu Usman Danfodio a thief, We therefore called on the Emir to resign as an Emir within the next 24 hours if he failed to withdraw the appointment he gave to Fani Kayode, or he would face legal action. I am a title holder in Shinkafi Emirate. My title is Sakin Shanun Shinkafi, but together with my colleagues, I have resigned from my appointment as the Sakin Shanu Shinkafi, which was given to me by the same Emir. The Sakin Marayun Shinkafi, Dr. Tijani Salisu of Usman Danfodio University Sokoto, had resigned since yesterday, Tuesday. As I am speaking to you, 4 other title holders have indicated their interest to resign within the next 24 hours. This is because the Emir took the decision alone. He did not contact us. He did not consult us before conferring the title to Fani Kayode. Fani Kayode doesn't know where Shinkafi is. He has never been to Shinkafi in his life. He doesn't know the problem of Shinkafi. He just paid a courtesy visit to Zamfara State. Our Emir traveled to Gusau, the state capital, and signed the conferment letter just like that. We understand that he was in Maradun, the local government area. The local government area of the governor, Bello Matawale. The Emir received him without giving him any title because he knows what he was doing. He knows who Fani Kayode is. Fani Kayode cannot strip us naked in the market and now come and put clothes on us because he wants to participate in politics. Nobody will politicize our Emirate Council, not even the Emir, not even the governor. All perpetrators of this act, we are giving them 24 hours to reverse the decision. Let them with immediate effect withdraw the confirmation letter given to Fani Kayode. We don't want him in our midst. We don't want him in the north. We don't respect him because he doesn't respect anyone. And whoever, no matter his status, that doesn't respect our leaders and region will never have our support. So there you have it, ladies and gentlemen. The Northerners reject him. The Northerners accept him. The Igbos reject him. The Igbos accept him. The Yorubas largely reject him. But the people who like noise making, they of course accept him. This now Fani Kayode, who is turning himself into an enigma. He's over the years been showing off his beautiful Igbo wife. So I think now he is of the thought that she's due a replacement, and is now casting his shadows in the north. So Shinkafi, a place that I have never heard of. I've heard of Shinkafi as a name because I think there's a politician called Shinkafi, but I've never heard of a place called Shinkafi. But then of course, a lot of these northerners, they always take their surname from their locality, from their emirate, from their settlement. So Shehu Shagari, for instance, the former president of Nigeria, was from a region called Shagari. He's from the Shagari local government. So this is how they name themselves, these people. So now he's now going to Shinkafi now, and I'm sure with that letter of confirmation and title will come a young, beautiful bride. But rejection, of course, is what the emirate of that space is saying to Fani Kayode. We don't want you, and we don't want the likes of you around here. It's effectively their message. But Fani Kayode, of course, is always the first to the scene of a fight. So I'm sure he would revel in this challenge that's now been thrown in his direction by these people from the Emirates. Conversations in the comment section, the them will always be them. This, of course, and by the way, this is the preamble that I started with. The reasons why these people are rejecting Fani Kayode is actually the preamble that I started this whole video with. This is Fani Kayode that is always lambasting the North, and has been lambasting the North since 2015, chanting Odudua and singing Amotekun and all this sort of thing, lining up with Nnamdi Kanu and raising their hands together that we will take them on. But he was round the corner arranging titles for himself and taking young brides, which I'm sure will come soon. And Abba Kyari was his daddy's friend. So you now see now what Nigeria is exactly. So trust no one is effectively trust your instinct and trust to the good. It's really the best way to take on the Nigerian Nigerian space. Come share thoughts. But before you do that, click on the red subscribe button so it turns grey. The bell button notifies you every time I drop a new video. Click on like as well because that helps with the YouTube algorithm. Once you've done all three, then come tell me now what you are making of this brewing battle between the Malamis, Fani Kayode, and titles conferred. So I'll leave you here. Carry this conversation on with you in the comment section. But here, I say, peace. Hope you enjoyed that. Next, we're going to the top of the Nigerian food chain, and we're talking about Malam Buhari and Goodluck Jonathan, his predecessor. So Goodluck Jonathan has recently had a train station named after him in his own local government area. I think it's called Itakpe or something, but it is all in the video. But then, of course, that naming is not all that it appears to be. So that's all explained in this next video. So enjoy. So I'll take it from the top again. And completing the rail program is good. It shows that the president is going with legacy projects of previous administration. That is the way to go. So now, look at that. Just unpick that for a moment. Completing the rail program is good. So it's not saying starting, it's not saying doing, it's not saying creating, is not saying anything. His words are deliberate, of course, because this is a PhD holder that we're talking about here, a guy that came from abject poverty to rule his own country. So we're not talking about an idiot, and we're not talking about an illiterate. So completing is the word that is thrown out there. Hello guys, and welcome back to the channel. So now guys, politics is the most intriguing thing on this planet. There's absolutely no doubt about that. Words as simple as good morning can be as loaded as they are potent. Guys, I bring you this. My relationship with President Buhari is okay. A headline attributed to Goodluck Jonathan. So Goodluck Jonathan, of course, has been to Aso Rock Villa to see Buhari. I'm not sure what the matter is that is gone to discuss, but of course you are aware that Goodluck Jonathan is the ECOWAS special envoy to Mali because of the troubles going on in that country at the moment, and also recently a rail station has been named after Goodluck Jonathan. So plenty of reasons for him to have or feel the need to visit. Again, the headline, my relationship with President Buhari is okay. So now let's find out what okay means. Former Nigerian President Goodluck Jonathan has described his relationship with the successor President Muhammadu Buhari as okay. He said this shortly after his meeting with the president in the State House in Abuja today, July the 21st. You have seen me coming and I have been having friendly conversations. So our relationship is okay, he told State House correspondents after he was asked to speak on their relationship. The former president applauded President Buhari for naming the largest station along the Warri-Itakpe rail route, the Agbo Railway Facility and Station, after him. Let me use this opportunity to commend the president publicly. I have sent a letter to appreciate. It is a good gesture and completing the rail program. So we're now getting into the thing that inspired the preamble that I said that politics is intriguing. And so listen carefully now to this paragraph. So I'll take it from the top again. And completing the rail program is good. It shows that the president is going with legacy projects of previous administration. That is the way to go. So now, look at that. Just unpick that for a moment. Completing the rail program is good. So it's not saying starting, it's not saying doing, it's not saying creating, it's not saying anything. his words are deliberate, of course, because this is a PhD holder that we're talking about here, a guy that came from abject poverty to rule his own country. So we're not talking about an idiot, and we're not talking about an illiterate. So completing is the word that is thrown out there. So by completing, of course, you think that, oh, he did not say, for building the rail station, I am thanking him for building the rail station. No, for completing it. So when he says completing, of course, then your mind naturally has to fleet to when, of course, that rail station started. And that rail station started, of course, under Goodluck Jonathan, because all of the rail services in Nigeria are Goodluck Jonathan projects. The Kano to Abuja one, or is it Kaduna to Abuja? He built that, completely finished it to 95% before he left office. He had paid the money for the Lagos Ibadan, which should have been completed but has not been completed because, of course, Rotimi Amechi is in charge of that one, and you know Rotimi Amechi and their money, they don't mix. So that one, they will never complete it. I hope they do, but final stages they keep telling us. But until that rail, that train station, that rail service rather starts functioning fully, then I'll reserve my judgment. But now this one now that has been completed, because it was near completion, of course, before Goodluck Jonathan left. And the other reason, by the way, why he said completing is that when he says completing, then you also have to go look to what stage of progress that project has been progressed before Goodluck Jonathan left office. So he would have completed 60-70% of it, and Malam Buhari would have put the finishing touches of 30%. So these are all the things that is guiding you towards, by using that word, just that single word, completing. So this is what I mean, of course, when I'm saying that politics is quite intriguing, and words as simple as good morning can be as loaded as they are potent. We carry on. I sent a letter to him. I commended him verbally too, but you are asking me now. Let me also do it publicly. I appreciate it. I thank Mr. President, the Minister of Transportation, and others who made it possible, he said. So he rounds it off with a part political statement, although there's still little nugget of pocket bombs within those wordings that he chose for that last paragraph. But the most potent of it for me, and the reason really why I am doing that video, is exactly that one line. And completing the rail program is good. It shows that the president is going with legacy projects of previous administration. So all credit to him. Goodluck Jonathan, of course, he built the light rail service in Abuja. I think we all know that. He built that Kaduna rail service that all of the Malami big boys are now enjoying. He built that. The Lagos to Ibadan rail service, he put down the fundings for that, and he created that project as well. And this project now that they are naming after him is a Goodluck Jonathan project too. And that singular word, completing, draws your mind to all of this. So politics indeed is intriguing, and the wordings of politics are never as it seems. It's you have to unpick. It's not what is being said. It's not what you're hearing that you are listening to, but what is being said. And what is being said is not completing, but I did it, is really what he said. That, or at least my understanding of it. But what your understanding is, though, is what I am interested in. Come share them with me in the comment section. But before you do that, click on the red subscribe button so it turns gray. The bell button notifies you every time I drop a new video. Then come join me in the comment section and have a conversation with me about this sort of wordings that they use within the political sphere. Tell me if you agree with how I have chosen to interpret what Goodluck Jonathan has said, or you are taking a completely different tack on it. So click on like and subscribe, and then click on the bell button as well, because when you click on like, that helps with the YouTube algorithm. The YouTube algorithm is like a programming system that looks at the performance of a video, and it sees the sort of interactions that people are having with it. So if you click on like and it sees that there's a lot of interactions that are favorable towards the video, then it recommends that video to more people who are likely to like it, and if more people like it, then we have more people joining in our conversation. So that is why I'm always suggesting and pushing you gently in the direction of liking videos. So if you do like the video, you're not compelled to, of course. I mean, there's no compulsion in anything, but if you do like it, the video, then click on like. Even if you disagree with the video and it jars your senses somewhat, if it incites any sort of opinion within you, then that is sufficient enough of a reason to click on like. I mean, don't click on dislike if you don't really resent it, but of course that's an option as well. But whatever your interaction is with the video, come share them with me in the comment section so I can weigh and gauge how the video has been received by yourselves, and also your opinions on what is being said within the video. So these are all of the things that we need to gather in order to inform how future videos are going to be done. So click on subscribe, as I said. Click on the bell button, as I said, and please click on like too for reasons of our YouTube algorithm. So once you've done all three, come join me in the comment section. Let's see what we're making of this political language that Goodluck Jonathan is using. Goodluck Jonathan, of course, a gentleman, so he will always present himself in that fashion, but he has still underneath, and is that still, that's STEEL. So it's that still underneath him that is reflected in the double entendre that he uses in language. So I'll leave you here. Carry this conversation on with you in the comment section. But here I say peace. Hope you enjoyed that. Finally, we're going to the Yahoo sector, and of course we're talking the hush puppies, the mumfas, but in this particular video we're talking about a chap called Woodberry. So Woodberry, of course, a lot of you would recall, was arrested alongside Hush Puppy in Dubai and extradited to the United States. Woodberry has now been released, and the Americans have decided not to press charges against him. It's all explained in this video, so enjoy. Hello guys, and welcome back to the channel. So now guys, crime work is still brain work, and the people who are able to commit the crime but not do the time are the people who have the intelligence to push it through. Guys, I bring you this. U.S. court dismisses fraud case against Hush Puppy's co-defendant, Mr. Woodberry. So Mr. Woodberry walks away, but Hush Puppy, of course, is being moved from one facility to the other. Crime work, brain work. Again, U.S. court dismisses fraud case against Hush Puppy's co-defendant, Mr. Woodberry. So now let's now find out how Woodberry walked away. The fraud case against Olalekan Oponle, aka Mr. Woodberry, who was arrested alongside Raymond Abbas, aka Hush Puppy, has been dismissed by a U.S. court. Recall that Woodberry was accused of tricking a Chicago company into sending wire transfers totaling $15.2 million. Prosecutors disclosed that companies based in Iowa, Kansas, Michigan, New York, and California were also victims of the fraud. He was arrested in the United Arab Emirates on June 10 after a raid by operatives of the Dubai Crime Unit, and subsequently extradited to the United States on July the 2nd. Though Woodberry was indicted by a grand jury on an 8-count charge of wire fraud, the United States government on Monday, July the 20th, filed a motion through its attorney, John R. Lauch, requesting that the case against him be dismissed without prejudice. Lauch said, "Counsel for the government has spoken with counsel for the defendant, and defendant's counsel has no objection to this motion. Respectfully submitted." So, of course, the counsel to the defendant will have no objection to a submission that there was no case now being filed against him. So let's carry on. He added that the request was made in pursuant of the Federal Rules of Criminal Procedure 48, which states that the government may, with leave of court, dismiss an indictment, information, or complaint. A court order issued by Judge Robert Gentleman on Tuesday, July the 21st, confirmed that the government motion to dismiss complaints without prejudice was granted. Mr. Gentleman said, without objection, the complaint against the defendant Ponle is dismissed without prejudice. Motion presentment hearing set for the 7th, 23rd, 2020 is stricken, so it's struck out. Since Woodberry's case was dismissed without prejudice, it is temporal as the prosecutor can refile the case within a certain period of time. The probable causes of dismissal range from unavailability of sufficient evidence, an improper criminal complaint or charging document, to loss of evidence necessary to prove the defendant committed the crime. So Woodberry walks away on a technicality, insufficient evidence perhaps, they botched up the investigation perhaps, because of course you know that the law in America are different from the laws in Dubai or certainly Nigeria, where they more weigh towards human right and the individual right and liberty. So that is protected by the American statutes. If they don't have sufficient evidence, then of course they cannot pursue him, because of course they would not win the case. So the case has been dismissed. Another angle to look at is that a plea bargain might well have taken place, where this guy is willing to sacrifice Hush Puppy and stand against Hush Puppy, or give them information to go after Hush Puppy, because Hush Puppy of course is the biggest prize in this whole narrative, is the one big fish that they are all after the most, even above Mumfa or certainly Woodberry and everyone else. So if there's not sufficient enough evidence to prosecute all of them, but if some of them are willing to stand against others, then they can plea bargain their way into their own liberty and throw the others to the wolves. So this is just now me theorizing, because of course there's nothing in this article to suggest that, but this is a possible scenario as well. So Woodberry walks away is the upshot of it. What says you? Come share thoughts. But before you do that, click on the red subscribe button so it turns grey. The bell button notifies you every time I drop a new video. Click on like as well, because that helps with the YouTube algorithm. Then, no honor among thieves is the theme of the video. Come discuss. So I'll leave you here. Carry this conversation up with you in the comment section. But here I say peace. Hope you enjoyed that. So now those are the 5 videos for this week. I hope you enjoyed all of them. If you enjoyed one especially more than the other, come discuss it with me in the comment section. If you enjoyed them cumulatively, come discuss that with me in the comment section. Whatever your thoughts are, bring them to the comment section and engage with me, and I'll join you there to have a conversation around it. But before you come into the comment section to engage, click on the red subscribe button so it turns grey. The bell button notifies you every time I drop a new video. Click on like as well, because that helps with the YouTube algorithm. Once you've done all that, come join me in the comment section. Come tell me what you have made of this week's selections, the ones you've liked, the ones you've enjoyed the most, and your thoughts on the videos. So I'll leave you here. Carry this conversation on with you in the comment section. But here I say peace.